been a very busy few weeks for parents and teachers concerned about school closures in the city of Buffalo. Tonight, some made their voices heard directly to district leaders. Good evening, I'm Scott Levin.
And I'm Mary Alice Demler. Tonight was the first Board of Education meeting since it was announced the district would pause any closures until at least January. Despite that, families have still campaigned against the recommended closures of 2 schools in particular.
Joining us, Nate Benson was at that meeting today, and he joins us now with the latest from a meeting that actually took a bit of a turn. Isn't that right, Nate?
Yeah, that's right, Scott. Mary Alice, I pride myself in going to council and board meetings and staying until the bitter end. But even by my standards, tonight's Buffalo Board of Education meeting took a weird turn. Wednesday night's meeting had a last-minute agenda item added to it, a presentation by WGRZ. That's Apple Computer co-founder Steve Wozniak's STEM-based curriculum, which the district pays for, and that in itself is a completely separate story. What was bizarre about it is this presentation preceded the public comment period, where 26 people signed up to speak, and 15 of those speakers specifically wanted to address the recent announcement about school closures. The WGRZ presentation lasted over an hour, during which students went on stage to show board members what they were learning or built. Something that doesn't usually happen at a board meeting, but rather in a controlled media event like in a classroom. The situation was also bizarre because not all the board members knew what the purpose of the presentation was, or why it was added, or what was actually being presented. Again, the merits of the WGRZ program are a separate story altogether, but the presentation appears to have been added to eat up time in the meeting. And it did. Many of the people who attended the meeting hoping to voice their concern about the announcements that PS3 and PS90 have been recommended for closure ultimately left. But those who stayed let the board and superintendent, Dr. Pascal Mubenga, know that the 2 schools earmarked for closure deserve another look.
We don't want to confront the issues we have right in front of us, which is that we are still a segregated city, and we are continuing to do exactly the same thing we've been doing for the last 40 years. And you guys are complicit, every one of you, and you're wasting our money.
How many students can say they studied ecology in the shadow of a world-class nature preserve, or learned history just steps away from a museum and a zoo that connect them to the global community? School 90 isn't just an institution, it's a community.
We need to save our school. It's too many of y'all on this board that are very intelligent, are very wonderful people in our communities that can come up with a different criteria or a different way to work things out, but closing any school is not the answer. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
One of those speakers was the principal of PS90, who highlighted that 90% of students were at grade level for reading and math, and 43% of those students were above their grade level.
We are working our tails off at School 90. We do not deserve to close. Please reconsider that decision.
After the public exercised their First Amendment, the superintendent gave his response.
All right, just want to say to our staff, parents, concerned citizens, I heard you.
Now, as for what happens next, the superintendent said that the Board of Education and the district would address closures as the new board members are sworn in on January 5th. On your side, Nate Benson, Channel 2 News.